Hi, well, here, just in case you're wondering what all of this is my carb loading survival guide. We'll come to that in a moment. This is the video I'm absolutely dreading. It means we're days away from the London Marathon, your runs are done, and it's all about eating. Now, for someone who lives with an eating disorder, this is my worst time. Other runners love this because all you do for 3-4 days is eat, eat, eat. It's all about carb loading. If you don't carb load, you won't achieve the 26.2 miles. You need it. You're gonna hit a wall otherwise. Now, if you've been for dinner with me, which you haven't, but you could always ask, but if you have been for dinner with me, going to any restaurant, I am an absolute nightmare. I never go to friends' houses for dinner. Yes, I've got friends. I never go there because I'm always worried that what they'll cook I won't like. It's a little bit rude when you go, can't eat that. So, my carb loading is a nightmare. Yours is gonna be a lot easier. But I'm gonna give you a guide of how I get through my food. I'm going to put up an information sheet so you can get rough times that you should eat, but mine's slightly different from everyone else because obviously I work nights as well. But I start the day with, mine's the easiest way of cooking, by the way, because I can't cook to save my life. If there was a cookery show for the world's worst cook, I'd win. So I start the day with a toasted bagel. So I just put the bagel in, toast it, jam, butter, peanut butter, and a banana, and a fruit juice. Oh yeah, so I don't do my own fruit juices. There's a lovely juice store down the road. So if you ever stay the night, we'll go there together. So I get my juice. This one is his Energy Upper, which is orange. So I'm looking the other way now because I'm trying to think. It's orange, banana. Oh look, he put stuff in it. It's called an Energy Upper. I don't know everything. I didn't make it, he did. Right, so that's so fruit juice, bagels, great. That's my start of the day. Right, okay. Then later on in the day, around lunchtime, you can eat as much as you like, by the way. You can add in, but you've got to have a minimum. Then later on the day, again, there's a great bagel shop up near Oxford Street. I go there. So I could sit here and lie and go, oh, look what I made earlier, but I didn't. But I think the white wrapper kind of gives it away. But I didn't get him to do me a bagel. Oh my God. And this is where, look at this. Can you get it? Look. Oh my God. A rapper, Jacob comes in. It's very not easy having a pig of a dog whenever you're trying to carb load. I can't even get it out of the wrapper. So this is the bagel that I have, which is, oh my God, this is just roast beef and pickled cucumber. It's bagel, it's protein, it's everything. I find that it's really hard to eat bagels and things like that as it gets after you've eaten a lot. So I actually add either apple sauce or cranberry sauce just to make it a bit more fruity. And any extra to the side, this is one I did earlier. I'm like on This Morning here. What's the cook called? Anyway, Phil. And then on the side, I made earlier from a takeaway, and I just sweet potato fries, boom. So, and that's in my active fry with a little bit. Look how prepared am I? Coconut oil, active fry, done. So there you are. Now, normally, I would just have the bagel, but I'm putting these to one side. If I can snack on that as well, sweet potato, it's a bonus, girl. Right, okay, so that's that. Then in the evening, dinner. Now, I would not, this is my 9th marathon. Up to now, I've just done bagels all day long until I discovered this. Ta-da! And I was just like, this is from Marks and Spencer, and this is amazing because this has just one of these 72.1 grams of carbohydrates. So a little spaghetti bolognese. I know a lot of people eat pasta and things like that, but up to now I've never done it until now, and I actually love it. So here's one I made earlier. My spaghetti bolognese, which you have with a bit of sweet potato fries. Ta-da! I'm so good at this. Oh, give me my own cookery show. Right, also sometimes I add in, I know this sounds really disgusting, but into the bagel, I sometimes add a little bit of salmon sashimi, and I add that in just to give a little bit of a soft texture, and you'll be going, beef and salmon sashimi, turkey and salmon sashimi, does it go? Probably not, I like it, weird taste buds, And I'm scrolling here to have a look, and I think that's it. Now, the other thing that you need to know, on the day before, I kind of come off bagels. So on the Saturday before the Sunday, and I go more onto white bread, less grains, because it's easier to obviously stop you needing to go to the toilet. I don't want to do a Paula Radcliffe on the run. So, you know, and you also kind of cut down the fruit. Really, really important though, to keep yourself hydrated the whole time. And my hydration obviously is fruit juices, Lucozade, which obviously on the run is really, really important, which I need to add these in when you run as well. These are, I don't know what they are, but I add them in. Look at the label, find out for yourself. I'm not a doctor. And also this, now this is amazing. I've just got to get it out of the fridge. You're gonna love it. So, I read, and I don't know if it's true, coconut water is really, really good. Don't get those cartons because they boil it to madness and not. But these freshly squeezed, you can't squeeze a coconut. Anyway, you buy that. But I don't really like the taste of it. So what I do, I add Ribena. Okay, you're probably going, ugh, disgusting. But don't say that until you try it. It's really nice. I really should have a cookery show, like the weirdest taste bug cookery show. So that is everything I do. That is my carb loading guide. And you'll probably look at this, as I said earlier, that is disgusting. But find what suits you. Find the foods you want to eat, because you've got to enjoy the carb loading. And what I did recently was I went and asked a few people I know. I'm not going to name drop who. You'll find out. And I said to them, if I was to come over for dinner for carb loading for the London Marathon, what would you cook me? And this is what they had to say.
Right, so to carb load Jeremy, I'm going to cook, believe it or not, spaghetti bolognese with so much garlic bread, because that's my favourite meal, and hopefully I can convince anyone that does a marathon to eat that before they do it.
What are you cooking, mate?
My mum's lasagna is unbelievable. I will give you a whole tub full and you'll love it. It's tasty as. So I'll cook you that and you'll be able to run the marathon, and if not, you'll have a tasty meal and a stitch halfway round.
Cook.
I'm afraid I'm a really bad cook, but I am good at carbs, so I would make a large bolognese, and I always make far too big portions of pasta, so I think that should do the trick.
Oh, I love carbs. I would say I'd cook you macaroni cheese with a side of chips and a bit of garlic bread. Okay.
Well, obviously the obvious answer is pasta, but it would be gluten-free pasta with tons of vegetables and a side of rice. It's going to be healthy with lots of coconut oil. Sorry, Jeremy, but I want you to run and last and not pass out. So there you go.
Well, baby, I'm Shangela, so you coming to my house, I'm gonna do you right. I'm ordering you food, oh yes, and we're getting some delicious Popeyes chicken, because nothing gives you carbs like greasy, crusty Popeyes chicken.
Well, you'd have what my dad taught me, which was Yorkshire pudding with jam to start, and then stew or fish chips and mushy peas, but you have to have it with gravy, and then sticky toffee pudding and custard, because that's what we all have up north.
Well, I'm not a vegetarian, but if you were, I would leave out all the meat, but you'd have loads of roast potatoes, you'd have macaroni cheese, you'd have, oh my god, I can't think, all the veg you could possibly want. Oh, and no, I can't do that. Yorkshire pudding. Obviously, I like the stuffing and all that with the sausages and stuff like that. Sausage meat, I should say. But you'd have a carb fest of like mac cheese, things like that. You're not allowed to drink, are you? Okay, I'll drink for you.
Well, being that KFC here does not have mashed potatoes and gravy, I'd cook you a fried chicken dinner, honey, with mashed potatoes all night long.
If you were to come over for dinner while you were carb loading, I think
pasta's always a good one.
Yeah, I was going to say spag bowl.
I'd say like a nice creamy carbonara.
No, that's not carbs. That's just fat.
Yeah, but you need a bit of fat with the carbs as well, don't you? And then I'll chuck a little bit of garlic bread in there.
Yeah, bread. I would say pasta for carbs, meat for protein, so like a spag bowl with loads of bread, and probably like a side of potatoes if you're carb loading, you might as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'll get some crisps out for you afters as well.
That's not a carb.
Have a little bit of
that. Isn't even food.
Chocolate cake, there's some carbs in chocolate cake. There's carbs everywhere if you look
I think we need to have a lesson in
come round.
The food groups.
We'll have you ready for that marathon.
Cool.
Oh, a lot of pizza and pasta. Both. All Italian food is all good for carb loading. And extra bread.
For your carb loading, Jeremy, I'm going to cook you a big, delicious bowl of vegan pasta, maybe some bread, maybe something for dessert as well, something delicious for dessert. What can I say? Rice-based, some sort of rice pudding, just lots and lots of carbs, because God knows we don't get to eat them enough.
But you're not running the London Marathon, Jacob. You can't have sweet potato fries. I can't resist that little face. Go on then, just one. Just one. Okay. Are you going to run with me? No? All right, that's for me. One for Daddy, one for Jacob. Right. Oh, sorry. So, some of those were awful foods, weren't they? So I'm just going to eat my sweet potato fries, my bagel, my spaghetti bolognese. One other thing I just want to quickly mention before I go. I am a good cook. Can you remember on the day, carb gels as well, every 4 or 5 miles. This one's a little bit of a thicker one. You need to try out carb gels before you do the run, so just so you know which ones suit you. I like these ones because they're slightly watery, so they're nicer to have while running, and this is the thicker one, and I have this before the London Marathon, but it's too thick to have while running, so before, during, but every 4 or 5 miles, so important. And I carry sweets in my pockets as well, like Mentos and Skittles, but people while you're running will hand out jelly babies and sweets on the run, you can just grab them as well. But please, 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 don't forget your carb gels. That is my carb loading video. We're nearly there. Enjoy your eating, and more importantly, I'll see you on the race.